Hey everybody, this is Mitch Ferraro from F Street. I hope everyone's having an amazing day out there today. I am the Investor Relations Manager here, and today we're going to be talking about everything F Street, primarily focusing on the private debt fund, but I kind of just want to go through, easeability of working with us and what that private debt fund looks like, and just give you a general overview of who we are here. So just jumping right into the private debt fund. The private debt fund is a 10% annual interest fund that we pay out on a monthly basis. We pay it on the last business day of each month. Actually, this recording that I'm doing today, it's actually the last business day of this month. Every single investor of ours that went ahead and woke up this morning, when they looked at their bank account, they saw their interest payment from the private debt fund. So it's always a good feeling when you wake up in the morning. I did it myself. I'm in the private debt fund. I was able to go into my bank account and see that interest payment in that account. It is like clockwork. Every single month on the last business day of each month, you receive that interest payment. So again, it's a 10% annual interest fund. It's paid out on that monthly basis, last business day of each month. What's really nice is that we only hold the investment for 1 year. After that 1 year, you can do whatever you want with that money. You can pull it out of the fund. All you do is you make the request through me. I go ahead and let our accounting team know. We do give ourselves a 90-day period to return those funds to you after you make that request. But typically, if an investor is requesting like $500,000 or less, we're typically getting that back to them within about 2 to 3 business days. Now, after that 1 year, if you just want to keep rolling the dice and keep that money in the fund, you can do that. You'll continue to receive your monthly interest payment on the last business day of each month, and you can pull your money out of the fund at any point in time after that 1 year. What's really nice also about the fund, let's say 6 months in, you love what you're seeing, you're getting that interest payment every month, and you want to add more funds into the private debt fund, you can easily add those funds. We ask that you add them in $5,000 increments. It can be a minimum of $5,000. The original investment, the minimum has to be $50,000, but after that, it has to be $5,000 in increments of $5,000. Now, what's really nice about that is that when you make those additional investments, we start a new 1-year note just for the new investment. So the original investment that you made, you still keep that 1-year maturity date. So if you made that original investment today, your maturity date would be 1 year from now on that original investment. Anything else that you make in the future, let's say 2 months from now, you make another investment, then that would actually be a 1 year for just that new money, and you'd keep the original maturity from the original investment. So it's nice that it doesn't start over. We don't do any type of renewal or anything like that. After the 1 year maturity date, your money is basically liquid. Now, a lot of investors will say, okay, great, I'm going to invest in the private debt fund. It sounds great. But what are we actually doing with that money? And it's quite simple, and I'll try to explain it as simple as I can. So what we do is we take that money and we loan it out to real estate investors that are buying residential properties at below market value. And what they're doing with those properties, they're either fixing them up and selling them on the open market, or they're using what's called the BRRRR strategy, the buy, rehab, rent, and refinance strategy, where they're buying a property, fixing it up, getting it rented out, and then they refinance with longer term debt like a traditional bank to pay off our short-term loan. Now, I get investors right away that say, what do you mean they're buying them at below market value? Why are they buying them below market? How are they able to get an actual deal on the house? Reason being is that typically these properties are distressed, meaning they need work done to them. They could have electrical issues, plumbing issues. There could be a hole in the roof. There could be foundation issues. There's something wrong with the house that's giving them that discount to buy it at below market value. And we provide the funds for them to purchase the home. And then we also provide the funds to go ahead and have them fix up the property as well. Now, next question that I'll typically get from investors right away is like, why wouldn't an investor go to a traditional bank to get funding? Because what we charge our investors, we charge them 15% and 5 points for the short-term loan. And that's expensive money, but it is a short-term loan. We start the first term out at 6 months. Our borrowers can extend to 12, 15, and 18 months. If they do extend, we do charge another 5-point origination fee. And investors will say, that's really expensive money. Like, why wouldn't someone just go to a traditional bank and get money from them? Couple of reasons there. One is typically these properties are so distressed that no bank is going to want to touch them. They're not going to want to traditionally go ahead and borrow out on a home that does have the foundation issues or soffit missing on the gutters or, again, hole in the roof. Traditional banks are not going to loan out to that. Another reason why a borrower wouldn't go to a traditional bank is that when you go to a traditional bank, you're getting money to buy the home. We're also providing the funds for you to fix up the property as well. So no bank, no traditional bank is one, not going to loan out on these types of properties, and two, they're not going to give you additional funds to go ahead and fix up the property. So those are two of the main reasons why we would go ahead and a borrower would borrow from us. Also, the third main reason is that speed. So if you go through a traditional bank, you're typically looking at a close period of 30 to 45 days because there's a bunch of red tape that a traditional bank typically has to go through for you to borrow that money. With us, typically, if it's a super hot deal and it's a real true deal, we can underwrite that deal in less than a day. And if title is ready for us to fund the deal, we can fund within 24 to 48 hours. We're very, very quick. We have a very, very good system and process to make sure that the borrowers, if they have a super smoking deal, we can get them that money to buy the property very, very quickly. So that is why a borrower will come to us versus a traditional bank, because of those main things. And a lot of times too, when we go through that entire process and we can go ahead and get the borrower that money, they're getting started on the project right away. So when we borrow the money out, we have a very good system in place where we're not just giving the borrower all of this money to fix up a home. So if there's a $75,000 rehab, they're not getting that full $75,000 right away. When we go ahead and actually close on the house, we provide them with a $3,000 first draw payment where they can get the project started. After that, they have to provide us with clarity of the work that is completed inside of the home for them to get the next draw from the scope of work. So I'll kind of just back up a little bit to give you a better understanding of what that looks like. So when we take in an application from a borrower, they do have to provide us with a scope of work of what type of work they're going to do to the home that's going to get them to what's called an after repair value of what the home's going to be worth after they make those fixes. On that scope of work is going to be pricing for all the different types of things that are going to be done inside of that project. When the borrower goes ahead and completes that work based off of their scope of work, we look to see to make sure that the scope of work amount matches what they're asking for. And then if it is, and they provide us with the pictures that the work is completed, and we use a really cool piece of technology to make sure that the work is completed. It's called TruePics. And this allows us to know that when they take a picture of the completed work, it's actually geolocated to that actual home that we're borrowing out on. So it's not like their own home or it's not a different home. It's that specific home. We see from the pictures that it's geolocated at that specific property that we're borrowing out on. When that is provided to us, we provide the draw for the exact amount of work that has been done, and then they can pay their contractors for the completed work. So we do a really good job of making sure that we're providing the borrowers the money for completed work, which is protecting the investor's money that is inside the fund. So that is just a really cool way that we make sure that when we're managing the money that's going out to the actual borrowers, that we're doing that correctly with the right system in place. A lot of times too, once I get investors understanding kind of what we're borrowing out on and how it works, they then say, okay, like if I did want to invest, like what would be the next steps of investing with you guys? And one of the nice things about working with us here at F Street is that we try to make investing with us as simple as possible. So one, I'm your point of contact here at F Street. I work with all the investors that are inside any of our funds that are here. And I'm the main guy that you're going to be talking to. So if you call, if you email, if you text, you're going to get a real person. You're going to be talking to me, and I'm going to be making sure that you're having a great experience investing with us. One of the first things that we would do is we get you signed up for our investor portal. This is super easy to do. It takes about 5 minutes. You go to fstreet.com. You sign up, you create your profile, and now after creating your profile, we have to get you accredited. And every single investor that comes into any of our funds here at F Street, they must be an accredited investor. We are a 506c entity that's regulated by the SEC, and the SEC makes sure that any investor that comes in is an accredited investor because of the type of entity that we are. Now, to be an accredited investor, there's two main criteria, and you only have to meet one of them. The first is through your net worth. Your net worth has to be $1 million or more, and it cannot include your primary residence. If you do not meet the net worth criteria, you can go through the criteria of your income. If you file your taxes solely and you make over $200,000 a year or more, and it's been that way for the previous 2 years, you can be verified as an accredited investor. If you file your taxes jointly with a spouse, you have to make over $300,000 a year or more, and you have to have had that been done for the past 2 years as well. So if you meet either the income criteria or the net worth criteria, you can be verified as an accredited investor. That's a very easy process as well. We do provide a one-page template that your CPA, licensed financial advisor, or attorney can sign off on. If you don't have that, we go through a third party called Parallel Markets, where you upload documentation that shows your income or that shows your net worth. They verify that information, which takes about 1 business day. Once it's verified, you then are able to invest with us for the next 5 years. So once your verification is completed, 5 years you can invest with us. So for you to sign up for the portal, takes about 5 minutes. To do the accreditation, either if you provide me with that one-page template, that's about a 2-minute job. If you go through Parallel Markets, that's going to be about a 10-minute job for you to give them the documentation. Again, 15 total minutes, you get signed up, you get verified. Now you can invest with us. And again, if you want to invest in the private debt fund, we make that even simpler. You literally click Invest Now on our portal. You'll go through some documentations that you'll sign. You'll let us know how we're going to receive the funds for the investment. You either can wire the funds to us, or you can go ahead and have us do a one-time ACH pull for the investment. Most investors do this because it's the easiest and it's free. And we'll do a one-time ACH pull for the investment, and then you start earning interest that day. And what's really nice is the day that you earn interest. So let's just say you invest in the private debt fund on the 15th of the month. You're actually going to receive your first interest payment on the last business day of that same month. You're just going to be prorated for the amount of days that you've been inside the fund. And then your first full interest payment is going to be on the following month, because that would be the first full month that you've been inside the fund. So you're getting those interest payments right away. A lot of investors love this when they first learn about us, when they first sign up with us, when they first invest with us, because they're seeing returns right away. And who doesn't love seeing returns right away, especially when you make that initial investment? One of the biggest parts about the private debt fund that I see most investors when they start with us is they use it as a way to get to know us. We do other things besides the private debt fund here at F Street. We do on our equity side of the business. So there's the private debt fund side where we loan money out to real estate investors to flip homes or do the BRRRR strategy. And then we have a whole other side of the business, our equity side of the business, where we do new construction, multifamily development. We do new construction, industrial development. We purchase industrial assets, and we also purchase multifamily assets. And in those, we do syndications where we bring in limited partners, investors like yourself, to come in and be a part of that specific deal. Now, these businesses are completely separate. There's no commingling of funds or anything like that. The private debt fund is its own special purpose entity. In every single equity deal that we do, whether it's a new development in the multifamily space, a new development in the industrial space, they're their own special purpose entity. And what we see is when investors come into the private debt fund, and they get to know us, and they're in our ecosystem, and they start communicating with us, and they see the interest payments coming in every month, they are starting to learn and get a better trusting relationship with us, which then they start seeing our equity deals, and they start understanding what those equity deals look like and the types of returns that they can make. So the private debt fund is almost like this fund where investors can get to know us, can get to better understand how we work together, we can start building a really true long-term relationship with you. And it is our goal to get you to better understand those equity deals and have you invest in those as well. And it's not that we pressure you to go into the equity deals. You're just in our ecosystem. You're going to see what those deals look like. You're going to get them emailed to you. And if it is something that you like and you want to learn more about, we typically bring in one of our development associates to explain exactly what that deal is and how the returns work and what it looks like so that you get a better understanding. So our whole goal is to educate on the actual deals that we have. And if they make sense for you as well and fit your investor profile, then we have you invest in those deals as well if it makes sense for you. So we kind of see the private debt fund as this gateway into F Street. And then from there, our goal, one of my main goals is to build a super long-term relationship with you where we're helping you build generational wealth. We're helping you build and grow money trees. Our owner and founder, Scott Lurie, he's coined this term of planting money trees. Planting money trees is just those equity deals. We do somewhere between 10 to 15 equity deals a year. And every deal is a plant, is a tree that we're planting so that you can grow generational wealth. And it is our goal to build that long-term relationship with you so that you can get to know us, better understand how we operate, and grow your wealth, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to do. We're trying to grow our wealth. We're trying to have generational wealth for the people beyond us once we leave this place. And we're here to help you to try to do that. So our main goal is to get you to know us, get you to love us, get you to work with us. And at the end of the day, we want to help you grow your wealth. So I hope that gives you a better understanding of who F Street is, what our private debt fund is, how you get in our investor portal, how you might do more deals with us besides the private debt fund. I just want to say thank you to anyone who's watching this today. I always give kudos to those that are doing their due diligence to grow their wealth, because at the end of the day, it is up to you to grow your wealth. It's up to you to be educated on it. No one else is going to help you. So besides us and me, but again, it's up to you to grow that wealth. So I just really appreciate you taking the time to learn a little more. And again, if there's anything that you want to learn more about, you can reach out to me directly. You can reach me at Mitch, M-I-T-C-H, at fstreet.com. I would love to talk with you. And all of our investors that are listening to this, that are in our deals already, that are in our debt fund, thank you so much. You guys are the lifeline of this business. We appreciate your confidence and trust with us, and we look forward to continuing to grow the relationship. I hope everyone has a great day, and everyone take care.